Welcome back, everyone. My name is Princess Pearl. It is a delight, as always, to see you. We are continuing to play It Takes Two to Tangle, the fan sequel to the King's Quest series. For the first time in the last, 3 chapters, our two main protagonists, Edgar and Cosima, the love interests of the royal family of Daventry, children, said that in a weird way, I hope you understand, are in the same time and same place. Currently, Cosima, the queen of the land of the Green Isles, she's turned into a crow. Deal with it. Edgar's out wandering. Both of them are looking for information on the evil wizard Shadrack. And I really wish this animation was little Hoppy Bird instead of walking. That would have made me very happy. So we are in a cave. Good, good, good. Several stubby stalagmites protrude from the floor of the cave. A low rock slab lies against one of the cave walls. The rock slab is smooth on the top, but otherwise feels just as rough as the rest of the rocks in the cave. Stalagmites are hard. Walls that are rough to the touch. Cosima receives no reply, which doesn't surprise her in the least. It's just a little blackbird. There's a small hole in the side of this rock. Okay, so this is the cave that is the top of the cliffs in King's Quest 2. Now, in King's Quest 2, if you looked into this hole in this rock, you got an ad for Space Quest. In the King's Quest 2 remake by AGD Interactive, you get an ad for their Quest for Glory 2 remake, which I still have to play on stream. But let's see what happens. What do I get? Looks like there might be something in that hole, but it's some distance inside. Try crawling in after it, but I don't want to get stuck. Aww! Ooh, ooh. Andros. Come on, reach in there. Give me an ad. Give me an ad. There's definitely something in that hole. I should just be able to reach it. Oh no. Oh no. That is a web. That is a leg. No, 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 no. Cosima, what happened? Are you all right? I saw this trinket inside that hole. When I pulled it out, there was a spider. I think. Come on, this way. I guess I wasn't careful enough. How do you feel? Not very good. That spider, it must have been venomous. It was a poisonous spider. Dang spiders, says Glorious Spider. Better find something to put on that bite. You stay here, Cosima. You don't think I could get up even if I wanted to. Please hurry, Edgar. I will. She's using her regular clothes as a pillow. Oh no, what should I do? What can I do? Has to be something that I can... Edgar, you empty-headed idiot! Cosima's been badly hurt and you're wasting time collecting another of these ridiculous little baubles? Okay, getting worked up won't solve anything. Got to stay calm. Maybe it's radioactive and she'll gain superpowers. Know a buddy that happened to? Yeah, it happens. It happens all the time. This is too many. The dark green stone trinket has a perfectly round pearl set in it. Yay, pearls! Not that round. Don't mess with cosmic space spooters. Yeah. Sound advice. Can Edgar see anything? There's a small hole in the side of that rock. You know what? I'm saving. Just in case. Second time's the charm. Edgar doesn't want to go anywhere near that hole. For all he knows, that spider Cassima mentioned might have returned to it. Can I just do magic on her? Magic probably is the only thing that can help her, but I need to put something on that wound that I can focus my magic on. Okay. So I do have to do magic on her. Oh, I get this. Edgar doesn't want to waste time untying the long scarf when Cassima desperately needs his help. I thought use it as a bandage. The seed from that tree may have been helpful once, but it's unlikely to be helpful now. This sparkled. I saw a sparkle. A large blob of sap on one of the dead tree's higher branches glistens in the fading daylight. Yes! Gimme! Sap is too high for Edgar to get with his magic. It's too tall to climb. It's not going to do anything useful to that. I keep getting thrown because this icon is an open hand. So I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, like these are backwards. I wonder... It's not, so it's not my fault I keep getting confused. I definitely need that sap. We can all agree on that, right? Oh, what freaks me out more? Spiders or scorpion? Spiders. 9,000%. I'm not fond of scorpions, but spiders. Now I've literally got the heebie-jeebies. Gah! I know that scorpions are probably more dangerous and deadly, like, if you take the entire category of scorpions versus spiders. Most spiders aren't going to hurt you at all. They're not doing any damage. But I have never in my life seen a scorpion. We don't have scorpions in Southern Ontario. Or if we do, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Can I? Use my handy dandy pocket griffin. Hey, Scrimshaw, this is working? Could you fly up to the top of that tree and claw open that swollen part of the branch? Please, I've got an idea, and hopefully it should help Cosima. Oh, he's so cute. I love Scrimshaw. Thanks, boy. Gross. Oh. Nope. From here, the sky is out of reach. The sap would get all over Edgar's fingers if he tried catching using his hands. But I don't have... When you lived in the desert, you found a tiny scorpion on the back of your toilet, flicked him into it, and flushed. Whenever I feel cold, I will add that on to the litany of why I live where the air hurts my face. Don't have earthquakes, don't have hurricanes, don't have scorpions. Edgar doesn't think his pendant would be useful here. He tried catching with just his hands. I don't have anything else. Can I take Cosima's clothes? There isn't much Edgar can do to heal Cosima's injury using only his hands. I wasn't trying to heal her. I was trying to steal her outfit. When do I think I will vacation in the Austrian desert? Yeah, if I'm trying to avoid killer spiders, Australia is definitely not the place for me to go. Okay. Edgar doesn't dare leave Cosima in his current state, so I can't go anywhere else to get a thing. Can I do anything with this tree? Edgar doesn't want to uproot the sapling that helped him escape from that perilous ledge. Can I magic it as, like, as it drips? No. Can I talk to Cosima about anything else? Did I watch all of the Lord of the Rings movies? I watched all of the Lord of the Rings movies. I only have seen the first Hobbit, I think. No, I did see the second one. But that just proves to you that the Hobbit movies are kind of forgettable. I think I better leave Cosima alone until I've got something to use to help her. Oh, how did I react to the giant spider scenes? So I guess you're right. Technically, I have not seen all of Lord of the Rings movies because I spent that part of the movie like this. Just covering my eyes, hiding somebody's shoulder. Just no. I am aware that it existed. I don't know what it looks like. Ugh. Ugh. Why have we got to talk about this? I don't want to. I'm honestly having a reaction to this line of conversation. Okay. Digging the dirt is going to help Cassima. Help me. The edge of the plateau at the top of the cliffs is composed of dark, fertile earth. I can see where it's dripping, but I can't take it. Can I magic it down here? Magic isn't going to do anything useful to that. How much sap comes out of a dead tree? This is the thing I wonder. Like, for a maple tree to have anywhere near that much sap flowing, you have to have like very specific seasonal changes. Like it has to be cold at night and warm in the morning. And that's what gets the sap flowing. As a Canadian school child, we were like most years you would have a field trip to the sugar bush, which is a forest of maple trees, and you'd go and see how they tap the trees, harvest the sap, boil it, how it's all graded and stuff. There'd usually be a funny joke about like they'd measure a kid and like, oh no, you're too small to be harvested for maple sap. Ha ha ha, funny jokes. The trees have to be over a certain size, otherwise you're just basically, they don't have anything to harvest without killing the tree. Yeah, you heard about sap being seasonal in one of the little house books, Sugar Snow? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great thing to do. You get your maple syrup. You heat it up. You pour it on snow, and it turns sort of tacky and gummy. You take a stick, and you roll it up, and that's a delicious treat. And it sounds like, I'm Canadian and I eat the maple syrup off of the snow, eh? But no, it's real. That's a tasty treat. Not a good idea to do it nowadays because the snow's not necessarily all that clean, but it is a thing you can do. I suppose if you just like scrape all the ice out of your freezer, it might be the best way to do it. I am stuck. Can I magic the hole? Magic isn't going to do anything useful to that, or that, or that, or that, or that. See, my thought would be, like, this is really annoying. Like, oh, it would take too long to untie this knot. It's taken longer to do anything other than untying the knot. Magic isn't going to do anything useful. That, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that. Cheating, I'm looking at hints again. Pick up the rock chip. Oh, are you kidding me? That's mean. That didn't look like anything. Game is fired. It's also nice to keep your beverages cold by leaving them in the snow or in the boot room. Absolutely. After about November, that's when you get the outdoor fridge, which is just putting the 2-liter out on the back porch. Very handy. Oh, better hurry back to Casima. Ooh, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me. Here, I want to put some goo on you. What are you doing, Edgar? Is that tree sap? Yes, it is. I know this looks strange, but with a little extra touch, it should help you get better. Hope you know what you're doing. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Peeking. There, it's a magic poultice. It should help draw out the poison, then dry out and fall off once the wound is fully healed. I see. How do you do that, Edgar? How do I do magic? Yes. Well, I guess it could be the same way you pick out someone's voice in a crowded room or find a certain pebble on a sandy beach. Just focus your senses and concentrate until you succeed. And you said you could feel Shadrack's magic too? Yes, and it made me feel a little sick, to be honest. It certainly sounds like the kind of magic he would give off. We're so close, so close! If only we had moved a little faster, we might have caught him. The only thing we found up here was this ridiculous little trinket. Actually, I've found several trinkets like that in my travels. Oh? What do you think they are? I'm honestly not sure. Something makes me think they must be important somehow. Well, I hope this means I didn't get myself hurt for nothing. How are you feeling now, Casima? A bit better. Thank you, Edgar. Ah! What is it? Just one of those pains again. Ugh, as if this bite wasn't bad enough. Casima, I knew it! Are you with child? The thought never occurred to me. It occurred to me as soon as you had a stomachache, because that's the sort of boring plot points that, oh, a woman has something wrong with her. She's pregnant. Oh, now we must protect her. I suppose that must be what's going on. Strange I didn't think of that before. Ah, I see. You know, I met someone in my travels who told me that combining our pendants might aid us in our quest somehow. Oh? In what way? Well, if I think about it, it seems to me that combining two identical pendants by two people with different thoughts could somehow combine them? Maybe be able to... We could probably both go to exactly the right time and place for once. Yes, that's it. That's it. But we both better get some rest first. I feel like I haven't slept in ages. Are you all right, Edgar? I was... Oh, sad Edgar. We've both been wandering aimlessly from one land to another in the hopes of finding a man we know next to nothing about and have no way of defeating. What are we supposed to do when we find him? Edgar, we may have been wandering aimlessly, but at least we have a goal. We have a pretty clear idea about what Shadrack's plans for revenge are. I wouldn't call that knowing next to nothing. But... And if we started asking ourselves if everything we did on this journey would be in vain, we'd never gotten to where we are now. Just try to have faith in yourself, Edgar. After all, I have faith in you. And I'm sure Rosella does as well. Yay! So that is the end of chapter 3. We're at a really awkward spot to go into. Whoop, ooh, nearly knocked over my teacup. Be a really awkward spot to go. Like I just did an ad break. So we are going to save chapter 4. And we're just going to keep on keeping on. Oh, Scrimshaw. Oh, Rosella. You've been in my heart since the day I first met you. Rosella, may I have the honor of courting you? Yee! This is right out of King's Quest 7. Nah! I hardly even know you, Edgar. And considering what I do know about you, what sort of fool do you take me for? You have got kidnapped and your mind taken over by an evil fairy twice. You have nearly destroyed your own kingdom. Do you really think I want to marry someone like that? Oh, he's having a nightmare. Lie to yourself about what your virtues you want, but I see who you really are. Everyone can. Ugh. I'm sorry, Edgar. You're really sweet, but I could never love you. Oh, the volcano! No! Oh, no! And next he's going to realize he didn't study for his math test and he's not wearing pants. What's wrong? Rosella, she said she didn't love me. My homeland, everything was destroyed. Everything. It was just a dream, Edgar. Don't let it overpower you. This is better than Love Island. But she's right. I hardly know her. I end up in trouble all the time. She's so much braver than me. Edgar, calm down. However horrible it was still only a dream. She never loved me. She just feels sorry for me like everyone else. Oh no! Edgar, the pitiful prince of Etheria who gets kidnapped and changed into a monster twice in his stupid life. The idiotic, weak-willed son of the king and queen of the fairies. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Oh. Edgar, I've only known you for a day, but you've already shown yourself to be loyal, brave, kind, and resourceful. You really are as stupid as you think you are. Still managed to save my life. Now let's get moving. We've got a pair of pendants to test. So you think that bringing these pendants together will somehow bring us both to the exact same place and time? Yes, but it's just a guess. If they do work, it's just a matter of us thinking of the right destination. Which I think should be Daventry. So we can get Shadrack right before he gets to Edward? Yes. If we focus on Daventry and Shadrack, we should be able to get there in time to stop him. But how do we stop him? Did you find a way to do it? No, but we should find a way. We've been successful with everything else so far, haven't we? I certainly hope you're right. Just have to try. Now stop stalling and do it. They have really good characterizations. Like, picking up from things that happened in the previous games. Like, Cosima is bossy. She is stabby. These voices, they sound almost like... Cosima, I can hear you, but you're not talking. And that is you, Edgar. What's going on? I don't know. Could it be that combining the pendants together is somehow combining us? Simultaneously, Edgar and Cosima realize that this must be what's happening. Inwardly, they both recoil slightly. They both still harbor some distrust towards one another and struggle against the force that pulls at them, keeping their minds as far apart as they can. The multitudes of thoughts that fill their heads are only the ones on the surface of each other's minds. It's the thoughts that lurk below the surface, deep within the dark, seldom visited corners of their consciousness that they're afraid of hearing and of being heard. You know, the actual writing in this game is very good. Like, the dialogue, the descriptions, it's written out in a very interesting and compelling way. Like, this is just a solid game. Shadrack, Daventry, Shadrack. Come on, Edgar, concentrate. I'm trying. With one last Edgar and Cosima shove the maelstroms of whispering words in their heads aside in an attempt to get a clear picture of their destination. Ooh, that was fun in stereo. But unfortunately, the one thing that's on their minds the moment they both vanished wasn't Daventry or Shadrack. It was those strange little trinkets. Uh-oh. Okay. I started as Edgar last time. Let's start with Cosima this time. Actually, I'm just going to save again, so I don't have to watch the opening cutscenes. Who's Oberon? Yes, my love. Our Edgar has vanished from his homeland 3 times now. But at this time, he doesn't return. Anya, don't even think of such things. I don't mean that I fear him perishing, Oberon. I fear him failing to return to Etheria and assuming his place as our heir. Then who's this baby? Oh, I see. Yes. If he chooses to marry Princess Rosella and remain in the land of Daventry, oh, right! Melisha turns into a baby at the end of King's Quest VII. Little Melisha will be our only heir. But if he chooses to become heir to Etheria's throne, the princess's homeland will be then left heirless. Exactly. If only there were something that could be done to keep either of those outcomes from happening. I know. I just don't see what we could... Ah! Oberon! What's the matter? Morovius, by all the stars, how could I have forgotten about you? What the frick is a Morovius? Oberon, what are you talking about? Who's Morovius? My book... Oh! Rosella's! Your Majesties, my brother and I know where Edgar is. We can bring you to him, but you have to come with me. Come with me if you want to live. Come where? Just follow me. I'm sorry, little sister. We have to leave now, but we'll be back, I promise. Oh, are we in Ooga Booga? Uh-oh. What happened? Where's Edgar? Where am I? On a large branch high above Cosima sits a young, fair-haired man wearing a plain brown robe. He seems several years younger than Cosima and is sleeping in a chair that appears to be woven out of living branches. An enormous purple tree topped by a peculiar vine-covered treehouse dominates the otherwise barren clearing. Yeah, we're totally in Ooga Booga. Want to look at the butterflies? Excuse me, sir? Sir? Ah, seems we have a visitor. Greetings, my lady. Pardon me for interrupting your rest, sir. May I ask what land this is? You may indeed, my lady. This is the westernmost edge of Ooga Booga. A bit gloomy for some, perhaps, but still a peaceful place to live. Though, alas, it will not be that way for very much longer. Of course, I knew this land looked familiar. Why did it look familiar? But, oh, But how can that be? I've never been to this place before. Why do you say it won't be peaceful much longer? Can you see the future? That I can. Past, present, and future. Are you a sorcerer then? Of course. Spent many a decade studying the obscure sciences of this realm and its neighboring one, though I tend to spend most of my time gardening. Who are you? But you look so young. Oh, don't get me started on that. Everyone who sees me says I'm young. So what? Who says that a sorcerer always has to be ancient and crotchety with a long white beard? Oh, I see. Is there anything else you wish to know, stranger? Yes. My name is Cosima, and I'm looking for a dark wizard named Shadrack. Have you heard of him? Yes, I have. Very nasty fellow. Nasty now, nasty in your time. What can you tell me about him? A good deal of things. A good deal of things, Cassandra. But before I divulge anything more, there is something very important that I require of you. What is it? To the west of here grows a patch of tall, leafy herbs. Pick a few sprigs of those herbs and bring them to me. Very well, sir. Interesting that the guy who can see the future called Cosima Cassandra, who is a seeress who was cursed that no one would believe her foretellings. Batty, 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 bat. An enormous bat hangs from a branch protruding from the scrawny purple tree. Pardon me? Either the large bat doesn't understand Cosima, or it's simply ignoring her. The solution is clearly... Sorry. To stab him. Cosima's dagger wouldn't be very effective against a creature that size. A small patch of leafy green plants grows out in the green blanket of moss. Rude. Okay, still doesn't want to talk to me. Nothing over this way, nothing this way. The tree's trunk is far too large and smooth for Cosima to climb. Sorcerer, what's this little wooden thing down here? Some sort of whistle? Oh, it's an owl call I made a while ago. I'm not too proud of it. Over the years, I've found that living plants are far more interesting to work with than dead ones. Is it all right if I take it? Why, certainly, my lady. I wonder, is this Crispin? Is this Crispin as a young baby boy? I have blown the owl call. Nothing happened. But if I blow it here? I like that she went to the middle of the screen to do it. At the sound of the owl call, the large bat glances worriedly at Cosima for a moment, then returns to its doze. Huh. Interesting. In terms of mythical creatures, what do I think of Arachne? I enjoy the myth of Arachne in that, because most of the story, she is a human woman who is believes that she is a better weaver than the goddesses, and then is struck down for her hubris. So, and that is why she becomes a spider. But like, that's sort of the end of the story. So it's like, I wouldn't want to become a spider myself, but that's why I always have things that are wrong in any of my crafting projects, so that I don't get turned into a spider. It's not that I cut corners, not at all. Bats are often attributed to dark things like Halloween, horror stories, and of course Batman. Find them kind of cute. Bats are adorable. They have little squishy noses. But it's something flapping around at night where you can't really see. So that can be, I understand how that is scary. Just describing the tree, generic land descriptions. Several colorful flowers are planted around the top of the otherwise barren tree. Oh, hiccups, my goodness. Oh, like the spider tar dudes? No. Nope. That's a big old nope. That's a nope on a nope sandwich with nuh-uh. If there's anyone in there, Seema doubts that they would hear her from so far away. Had anything else to say, Mr. Guy? Sorcerer? Do you have the herbs yet, my lady? No, not yet. Well, let me know when you've gotten them, and I shall tell you about the one you seek. Bunny rabbits! Yay! Let's talk about bunny rabbits. They're small and fluffy, and the way that you actually Angora wool is made is you hold the bunny in your lap and your spindle, and you just pull the hair off of the rabbit as he's just sitting there. You don't have to like cut their fur or anything. You just pull it off of the happy little sitting there rabbit, and it's the cutest thing. Yay, bunny rabbits. Rude! The large rock bears a slightly warped appearance. The unusual rocks are just as unmovable as any other rocks their size. Boo. Those plants don't look worth picking. Seema has no reason to climb that dead-looking tree, especially not with that bat hanging there. And the bunny absolutely thinks it's fine. They'll just sit in the spinner's lap. Just, yeah, what's happening? What's going on? Can I have some leafy greens, please? Watch her read Beatrix Potter stories. Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Knocking the owl call against that produces a hollow wooden sound. Interesting. Can I change into my regular clothes? Seema has no reason to change back to her old clothes. Her current outfit is starting to grow on her. Sorcerer's unlikely to be interested in that. Ugh. You clipped me freaking out about spider tars. Thank you for the clip. I appreciate that. Ah, the gloomy land has an uncanny feeling to its surroundings. Nowadays, they show a new show which has decent looks, but the stories are pretty much, there's a bad guy or three that we need to deal with kind of stories. Yeah, sometimes you just want like, oh, the problem is that we are late for dinner. Seema doesn't think that attacking the bat would end well for her. Pardon me? Bat doesn't understand or doesn't want to talk to her. You'd like to see them dubbed to finish? Can I use that on the enormous bat? I don't know. When in doubt, stab everybody. I don't care if he's interested in it or not. I want to get stabbed. Oh! Casima carefully enlarges the owl call's hole with the tip of her dagger. It's going to make like a lower pitch or something like that. Oh, Tiara? Okay, so we are taking off the giant silver and pearl. You know what? It was recently my 2-year streamiversary on July 1st, so let's go back to my original gold and pearl wirework. It's my first tiara that I got when I first started performing as Princess Pearl. There. Hopefully this should be enough for the sorcerer. Yep, this is my original one. Had this. Gosh, it's got to be 12 years, something like that now. I give herbs to Dude. I have the herb you asked for, sorcerer. Ah, excellent, excellent. Thank you ever so much. Cosima. Okay, so the Cassandra thing wasn't the a relationship to the Greek myth. It was just he's getting the name wrong. It's Cosima. Ah, my apologies. I have so much on my mind. It's hard to keep up track of such minor trifles. So what are you going to do with this herb? Is it for a spell or a magic potion? You gonna get high? See these moths? Yes. What about them? That herb is what keeps them from eating my house. What? That is a child. Welcome to my humble abode, Cassandra. Cassima. Sorry, I have so much on my mind. It's hard to keep track of such minor trifles. What did you want to ask me? I want to learn about what all you know about Shadrack. Where do you think he is? How can we stop him? Wizard needs his fix? Absolutely. One at a time, my child. Why do you call me child? You're not much older than me. In fact, I think you're several years younger. Appearances can be misleading. Very much so where magic is involved. Castilla. Cassima. Speaking of names, sir, I didn't get yours. My apologies. I'm getting to that as well as your other questions. Is he Shadrack? I have much knowledge about this Shadrack, and I'm sure my knowledge may assist you, my lady. But there is a price to this wisdom. There usually is. I have formulated a riddle that no one, living or dead, in this time or any other time, has been able to solve. I've even scattered clues to its answer throughout this realm, the realm closest to it, and through many eras. No one has been able to find and decipher them all. Maybe I should have confirmed them just to one land at one time. Anyway, whoever solves this conundrum will be able to tell me my name that I go by. Answer my riddle, friend, and you shall know what I know. All right, tell me the riddle. Listen, my child, and then you shall hear. Though I may be your age, give or take a year, I have here the wisdom of ages past, but what I know is fading fast. Answer me this riddle perplexing, so that it will end this quandary vexing. All you need to do is guess my name, else you cannot beat this game. A clue so your mind will not unravel half the way the seasons travel. Remove just one and leave the rest. With the first from each, you'll solve this test. Honestly, I'm going to take a little picture of this because just in case I can't have to go through a big dialogue tree to get this back up again. Oh, that was it? Okay. Half the way the seasons travel, remove just one and leave the rest. The first from each, you solve this test. Would you mind repeating that riddle again, sorcerer? Okay. Wait a minute. What's this? Sorcerer, what is that inside that crystal? Ah, yes. During my travels where I was hiding my riddle's clues, I concealed one inside a little shop, and I couldn't help but suspect that something shady was going on there. I cast a spell to keep an eye on the owner, and once I learned just how nefarious his so-called business was, I returned there sometime later to confront him. I decided the best thing to do was bring him back here and give him a little time to think about what he's done. Once I restore him, it's highly unlikely he'll return to his old tricks. So do I have clues around here of where I should be looking? A large pink flower sprouts out of a clay pot. A pinkish crystal ball sits on a base made of intertwined branches. A small cactus has crystals instead of spines, which twinkle like stars. Ooh, cool. Pale purple flowers each bear a glittering amethyst in the middle. The pot contains what appears to be several topaz crystals. The dark pink flowers have clusters of rubies growing in their centers. What an odd-looking kettle. I really shouldn't waste time having tea with the sorcerer. A woven basket rests under the bench. Okay. Isn't Erasmus like 100 years old, or are you remembering wrong? No, that he's definitely ridiculously old. I'm sure it says exactly how old he is somewhere in the games, but I don't remember. Okay. Oh, that was interesting. No, I've already looked into one crystal ball in this journey. Wait, no, I haven't. Edgar looked into a crystal ball, I'm pretty sure. Cactus looks lovely, but like most of its kinds, it should best be left untouched. Doesn't want to touch the flowers. Cosima has no desire to take a closer look at those crystals. Cosima decides to leave this crystal alone, even though somewhere deep within her, there's a faint desire to pick it up and shake it angrily. Be rude to take those herbs back from the sorcerer. How do I leave? Cosima has no reason to use that owl call at the moment. Oh, okay. Cosima isn't leaving this land and she's answered the sorcerer's riddle. Though Cosima is tempted to ask the sorcerer if he knows anything about her pendant, there are more pressing things on her mind at the moment. How would I even answer it? Because if I talk to him, he just gives me the riddle again. The sorcerer's shabby bed lies cradled in a network of woven branches. The sorcerer kneels on the wooden floor, patiently awaiting an answer to his riddle. Half the way the seasons travel, remove just one and leave the rest. Okay, half the way the seasons travel. So is that like a year? And how do I communicate whatever my answer might be? As confusing as his riddle is, Cosima has no desire to get rough with the sorcerer. Like, how do I communicate anything to him? Like, I can't go anywhere. I've touched all of the things. Have I talked to all of the things? No reply, no reply, no reply. I talked to the little guy. For some reason, Cosima feels like saying something spiteful to the figure inside the crystal, even though she has no idea why she should be angry with it. Hydrate? A crime! My tea is empty. No! I have nothing. No! Give me a second. have returned with my water bottle and the mermaid on it. Yeah, dancing crabs. Alrighty. Let me adjust things because I don't want to knock anything off of my table. Armlet does nothing. Oh! Oh, would you mind if I stepped outside for a moment to think about your riddle, sorcerer? Of course, take your time, Casablanca! Yeah, that says Casabianca, not Casablanca. Casima. Casima! Come back whenever you're ready. Ooh, I'm Edgar. Oh no, Casima! Casima! What is this place? It doesn't look like Daventry. Huh. Don't know what this place is. The forest floor is thick with large green ferns. Edgar is in a forest that is filled with stately pine trees. A massive rocky hill rises up from the ground. The path winds the way around it. Is this the shores of Daventry? A large, slightly dilapidated castle stands in the distance. Why would Edgar's pendant bring him to this place? Some thick, thorny vines formed from the briars below have wound their way up the side of the hill. The bare valley below is covered in thick, thorny briars. Such a phenomenon must have been caused by magic, Edgar expects. What an opportunity to use Casimia as misspelled name, as we have such a character. I'm sure we're going to get some more names as it goes by. Edgar is so high up that the tops of the trees are almost close enough to touch. Take the briars? Edgar keeps his distance from the vines. Not only do those thorns look as sharp as needles, but for all Edgar knows, they could be poisonous as well. A poisonous briar patch! Can I fly? Okay. Edgar decides to wait until he's found a destination that requires his ship to get to before riding it again. Oh, I'm smart. I am smart. Cassie is a bag or and Sima is mead. So mead bag? Edgar's always riding his ship. Okay. Surfing USA. Whee! I like how he loops around. The window isn't quite big enough for Edgar to fly through. Okay, well, there's this hole. Okay, get down closer. Whee! Oh no, my ship! Not again. Scrimshaw, are you all right? I'm sorry for scaring you like that, but there's nothing to be afraid of now. In Canada, is it required to take French classes? Mais oui, we have to take, at least in Ontario, it's required to have French classes from grade 4 through to grade 9. A lot of people continue it after that, but usually it depends on whether your teacher is easy marker or not. Mine was a hard marker, so I only took to grade 9. Fragments of Edgar's ship are beyond help. He decides to leave them where they are. Scrimshaw, everything's okay now. It's safe for you to come down from there. Little grumbles. This is all Edgar has left of his remarkable, yet not always reliable, skyship. Edgar doesn't want to pick Scrimshaw up just yet. A stone statue of a robed figure stands in the center of the floor. An odd size. Edgar already hit the statue once, and that was more than enough. Up here in Finland, we have to take Swedish classes during middle and high school. Is Swedish official language of Finland? Like, French is like English and French are the official languages of Canada. So on signage and packaging, we have to have both English and French. At least, sorry, government signage. We have to have English and French. So for like highway signs, you'll often have one in English, and then a little bit later, you'll have a sign saying the same thing in French, or they'll have both written on there. I know all of my cereal slogans in both English and French. Les gouttes karma pon shreddies. Good whole wheat shreddies. Okay, where am I? What's going on? The cracked, crumbling walls of the castle are covered in patches of thick green moss. Unfortunately, it is. There are mandatory courses in colleges and university. Yeah, we don't have to take French in post-secondary at all. I took it for my first semester in university, but I was also taking Latin, and that was just too much. There was a couple of notes there that sounded like Girl in the Tower. Piles of stones and masonry stand as silent testaments to the castle's ongoing decay. When you lived in Belgium, you had to take French and went to a British school. You moved to Belgium coming from Australia in the middle of the school year and had no idea what was going on. Oh, yeah. In my French class in university, there were a lot of non-English speaking students. Like there's a bunch of the students were from China. It's like, you're still learning English, but you're trying to learn French being taught in English. That would just explode my brain. You only lived in Belgium for 8 months? So just enough to have to take the classes, but not enough to fully get anything. Okay. Is this for like a portcullis or something? That winch must be what controls the drawbridge. Well, you know what I gotta do. Edgar tries to move the metal lever, but it refuses to budge, of course. Can I magic it? Magic isn't going to do anything useful to that. Due to the history of being part of Sweden from the 1200s and during the 1800s, the law was mainly unchanged as we were an autonomical Grand Duchy of the Russian Empire. I wish that... Oh, hello, pretty lady. I wish that, like, I had to learn more French than I did. Like, because it would be very useful. But unfortunately, just when there's no one making you do it, it's very hard to get up the willpower. Like, basically my thought was I could take more French classes, which I'm not terribly good at, or I could double up on my English courses and literature and do more art. And I made my decision. Who are you? A girl with rust-colored hair sleeps on a small yet elegant bed. Interesting. Strange. She looks much like that little girl I met in Serenia. Wait a minute. When did that happen? So that happened to Cosima. Two tall, slender candlesticks stand near the head of the foot of the bed. A small table is carved from dark wood. Sits against. Okay. It will take more than words to awaken this sleeper. Whoops. Not magic. Edgar doesn't think that pulling the girl's blanket away will wake her. Something much more serious than a mere nap appears to be happening here. Somehow, Edgar doubts that a gentle shake is going to wake the young woman from her sleep. Hit her with the boat. It's not going to wake the sleeping girl. That's not going to wake the sleeping girl. Okay. Well. Edgar in the tower. I'm reaching out. Please tell me what to do. During the autonomical era of Finnish culture was having a lot of rise up, as was obvious that Finland should be governed by Finns, not Swedish or Russians. Although that bench looks like a good place to take a rest, Edgar doesn't feel like sitting down right now. Looking out the small window, all Edgar can see is fields of briars surrounding the castle and vast forests and mountains below it. Interesting. Just not going to do anything useful. There's no need for Edgar to light those candles with his magic. He can see fairly well in this room. Not going to do anything useful. Okay. Oh, no. The first notes of that music, that is Girl in the Tower. Da, da, da. Piles of stone and masonry. Can I magic the statue? Magic isn't going to do anything useful. Castle's a bit messy. Just a smidge bit. It was cool to change a Swedish name to Finnish, like Alexis Stenvall, the writer of the first Finnish novel, changed himself to Alexis Kivi. I was like, I'm hip and cool with the ruling elite. No, not the ruling elite. I guess the rebels. Can I go out this way? Edgar would surely fall to his death if he tried climbing out that hole. I've lost my griffin. I've lost my sky ship. Oh, there's another door here. I didn't see that at first. Oh. A stone statue of a robed figure stands in the center of the tower. Very familiar object rests in her cupped hands. Of course it does. Another trinket for me. Hmm. Like, these have they've got to all stick together somehow, right? It's weird that there's only 2 that are yellow. The first novel was called Saitsaman Valjesta, 7 Brothers, which was a story of good-for-nothing peasants rising up as a decadent and as a decent, well-behaving peasants. Oh, I can go down this way too. Haha. The world opens up to me. Okay. Castle's drawbridge is solidly closed. Long metal bolt keeps the massive winch locked in place. Oh. Well, let me just take that. Edgar tries to move the metal lever, but it refuses to budge. The narrow window is the only source of light in this dim room. The wheel refuses to budge. I'm just trying to look more in detail at what this thing is. Can't break it. My inventory is nothing good. It's all just these little blobbity things. Oops. Clicked off of the... The room is slightly more furnished than the other rooms Edgar has seen so far. What truly grabs his attention, however, is the red-haired young woman who appears to be in a deep sleep. Do I have any coffee? Want you to call the Sierra helpline? Tempting. That's like $2 a minute or something like that. Edgar doesn't need to move the table, and the cloth lying on it looks too tattered to be useful. Looking out of the small window, Edgar sees a vast field of briar spread below him. And standing on that ledge... What the... Could that be... Ooh! Hey! Hello? Who's there? What the... Edgar! Aubrey! What are you doing here? Huh. I'll ask you the same question. Remember the last time we talked and you asked me about an evil wizard? I I certainly do. How do you hear each other over this distance? This is insane. And I told you about that girl I was in love with? Of course. Well, I traveled to her homeland, and I couldn't find her anywhere. After I'd asked around to see if anyone knew what had become of her, I learned that a wizard had kidnapped her. As they do. What? Yes, his name was Harold, Herman, Harlan. Well, definitely one of those names, but that's not important. Long story short, I learned that he imprisoned her in this castle, so I set out to find it and rescue her. Nobody mentioned the Sea of Briars, though. Where's your ship? Couldn't you reach this castle with it? Sure I could, but I'd rather not enter and leave the place through a window. I see. I wish there was something I could do to help you. Actually, there is, Edgar. Find the controls and work the drawbridge and lower it. That bridge is much too short to reach you out there, and I can't even lower complete with all these briars in the way. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Just lower the bridge. $2 a minute, your mommy will ground you? I'm on my own? Ah, darn it. Oh, all right, just give me a moment. Seven Brothers is still fairly readable, unlike some older stuff. From it, there is a phrase that is very imperative way to calm down. Itsu Japala, sit and burn. And it's just fun to you. Determined to help Audrey as well as the imprisoned girl, Edgar pulls at the rusty lever with all his might. So he just had to man up. Oh! Now that's an impressive skill. Told you. Knew what I was doing. Be right there, just give me a minute. I actually don't know how much the Sierra Hint line cost back in the day. Hey, Edgar, I guess there was a bit more to than a minute. That was a funny walk. Ashley, you okay? Ashley, wake up! I should have known this wouldn't be that easy. Got to figure out some way to wake her. How in the world can I do that? Why don't you try kissing her? Kissing her? What good would that do? Well, I've read stories about situations very much like this one, and in almost every case, kissing the imprisoned maiden breaks the spell that keeps her asleep. Really? Never associated that with breaking a curse. I'd have to do something like summon the god of sleep to undo the spell or counter with a spell of my own. Interesting. Smooch? Yay! 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 Romance! Aubrey, it's really you. Thought I'd never see you again. How in the world did you find me? It'd take a long time to tell the whole story, Ashley. I doubt I would have found you nearly as quickly with the help of my friend Edgar. It's your dad! He's your dad from the past, future, something. Wasn't for him, I'd probably still be asleep right now, and I would still be trying to find a way to reach this castle. Is this true? Oh, well, yes, I suppose. Then I'm deeply grateful to you, Edgar. I wish there was a way I could adequately thank you. Wait, I know. Here, take this. I insist. Why, thank you, Ashley. It's beautiful. It's another darn trinket. But might I ask where you got this? A strange young man with fair hair and hazel eyes gave it to me some time ago. I don't know why, but something about it made me feel that this was important. What was his name? I don't know. He refused to tell me. Oh, finished J is pronounced like Y. Oh, yep, sorry. One of these days, I will put up a finished pronunciation guide next to my monitor first, just for you. Ashley, there's something I have to tell you. Something very important. There's something I have to tell you as well. I love you. But if you love me as well, nothing else matters, Aubrey. Yes, I love you, Ashley. Yay! Love romance. I love love. Oh, that's a really well animated kiss. Oh, and Edgar feels bad because he didn't get that automatic from Rosella, but like, dude, she thinks you're a hunk. She thinks you're a handsome hunk. Edgar? Cosima, what's going on? Where are you? Somehow I wound up in a place called Ooga Booga. Where are you? I mean the land that's right below... Never mind that now. Right now, I'm inside an old castle in a land that I don't know the name of. It's surrounded by briars, and I've just helped this man that I recently met in Etheria to reach it. A maiden named Ashney was imprisoned here and kept in an enchanted sleep, but... Wait, did you say Ashney? Yes, I did. She's a young woman with rusty hair, parted in a zigzag, and... Tell me about her later, Edgar. Right now, I need your help. With what? I just met a young man who told me that he's a sorcerer, and he might know something about Shadrack. He challenged me to guess his name, but I have no idea what to guess. You haven't tried Rumpelstiltskin? Edgar, this is serious. The sorcerer won't share his knowledge with me unless I solve his riddle and guess his name. What's the riddle? Cosima recites the riddle to Edgar, not neglecting to mention the sorcerer's remark about leaving clues to its answer hidden all over the world. So what do you think, Edgar? Oh, wait a minute, Cosima, I think I have an idea. I was going to click it on her. I accidentally clicked it on Edgar. Finally. Something makes me think I should start with this one. Okay. Oh, I can't look at them? Ugh. Doesn't feel like it belongs there. Okay. So that means this one must go here. Oh. Okay, nope. I thought maybe it was like the shape of it. So this one has to be the next one than this one. I don't know why it's these particular ones, but it worked. I did it! Look! A circle made up of 12 sections, each with a stone set in it. It's pretty, but I don't see how it can... Wait a minute. Those are birthstones. I was right! Each one symbolizes a month of the year. And the stones they're set in are painted to look like each of the 4 seasons. That's the way the seasons travel. I wonder. Okay. What if you haven't been collecting these soft lock? It doesn't let you progress unless you've got them. Okay. Half the way the seasons travel. Okay. Jason! I think I've got it, Edgar. As soon as I'm finished here, I'm returning to Kalima. I'll contact you first if I can. But where should I go when I'm ready to leave here? You know, I think you can make it back to Kalima with me. When you picture it, try to think of me as well. Likewise, I'll think of you. That should do it. Certainly hope you're right. But even if you're not, I feel like we'll eventually run into each other again sooner or later. So do I. Goodbye for now, Edgar. Goodbye. So here you are, Edgar. I was wondering where you'd gone. Ashni and I are about to leave this place and wanted to thank you again for your help. Well, you're very welcome. Would you like to come with us, Edgar? We can take you to the nearest town. No, thank you. I'll be leaving another way. Same way you managed to get past all those briars and into the castle without so much as a scratch? In a sense, I suppose. Still looking for that wizard of yours, Shadrack? Yes, and we might be very close to finding him now. We? Yes, me and my friend. We each possess a pendant that allows us to travel not only from one land to another, from one time to another. Really? You can step into different times? Yes, which is quite fortunate since we are convinced that Shadrack is going to commit a foul deed several decades before our time. One that not only harmed the two of us, but possibly many others as well. Oops, clicked out of the screen. What do you think he tends to do this? Kingdom of Daventry. Daventry. Several decades ago. Well, I certainly hope you're successful in your mission, Edgar. Thank you again, and farewell. Yes, goodbye. Keep on picking up all my little... Your name is Jason. Oh my goodness. In all my decades, no one's ever guessed that. You are right, Cosima. Cassima. Right. I'm sorry I can't be more congratulatory, but I truly never thought this day would come. As promised, I will now tell you what you first act about Shadrack. As powerful as Shadrack is, he has one great obsession that may, ironically, lead to his downfall. His life centers around it to such an extent that just as some wizards put all their power into wands and talismans, Shadrack has placed his power within a single object, which is directly connected to his obsession. Of course, you wouldn't put this object where someone would just come along and pick it up. Would have hidden it carefully, very carefully. Even without that piece with him, it's nearly invincible. I have changed his voice. He now has the same voice as Aubrey. Whoops. Remember this and approach him as you would an unholy beast from the underworld. That's all I can say about him. You should be leaving now, my lady. It's time for you to continue on your quest. Farewell and good luck to you, Cassima. It's What did you say? Bye? It's interesting that it still says sorcerer, not Jason. So that's the information that I spent all this time collecting those trinkets for? At least we have an idea how we can defeat him, which is much more than we had before. I'm returning to Kalima now, Edgar. Are you ready to go there too? Yes, I am. Remember, try to think of me as well as Kalima. Right. Edgar, this little fellow... Oh no! My baby boy! My baby boy! I've left Scrimshaw! Mother! Father! My spell worked! I know where to go to find Cassima and Edgar now. Rosella's found Edgar's parents, and now all we need is you. Are you ready? We certainly will be in a moment, Alexander. That's my best Josh Mandel voice. course, Valenice doesn't get to say anything. Edgar, we did it! We tried to get to the same place in time, and we did it! Shouldn't be any problem for us to get home now. All we'll have to do is think of Alexander and Rosella. We'll be home in an instant. But we do have to confront Shadrack first. True. The only way to get to him before it gets to Edward is to be through these pendants. It didn't work when we tried interlocking them. It didn't work because we wouldn't let them. We were too afraid of what they would do. We have to trust them. And each other. Well, I guess there's no use in putting it off any longer. Are you ready? If you are, then so am I. Magic, magic. Ooh. With nothing holding it back now, the power created by the united pendants entwines the duo's thoughts, twisting them tighter until they both feel they are suffocating. Then with a rush like a tidal wave, their minds combine into one. It's very awkward when your sibling-in-law is locked with your spouse. It's weird. Cosima can feel the anxiety Edgar feels regarding Rosella, his fear of not being accepted by her and feeling of being outcast all his life, yet at the same time a deep sense of love and devotion towards her, and how he fervently hopes his journey will somehow prove himself worthy of her love. Aww. How well can Pearl imitate Graham's scream? We'll check after the cutscene. At the same time, Edgar realizes as determined and fearless as Cosima appears, inside she is just as nervous and certain as he is, ceaselessly worrying and wondering how they could possibly defeat Shadrack, wondering how her family is faring in her absence, and the health of her unborn child. Thankfully, the chaotic flurry of their thoughts soon grows calmer, and together they begin to picture the green fields and vast forests of Daventry, while visualizing Shadrack and all he embodies at the same time. Their combined thoughts make the image much clearer and vivid until both of them can picture Daventry as if they've known it all their lives. And as unclear as their image of Shadrack is, somehow his face seems familiar as well. Cosima and Edgar. Now! I like the stereo effect on that sound effect. Chapter 5. Saving. Combined brains. Continue. This is it. We've made it. Is that... That must be King Edward. But where is... that... magic? Hide! What are we going to do? This is all being thought, for those who are just listening. I'll think of something. Just keep down. Cosima, what should we do? Cosima remains as silent and still as a statue. Her mind is filled with horror at being only a few yards away from the man intent on altering the flow of time itself and rendering her husband non-existent. Cosima! Let's be transformed to various animals. Oh, I couldn't read all of those. Oops! Your quest has ended in failure, and your family's future is now shattered. You've ruined everything! Congratulations! No funny puns with deaths in this game. Okay, how well can Pearl imitate Graham's scream? Okay, keep in mind, it's 3:45 in the morning. So there are people in various apartments around me that are asleep. I'll do my best for you because I love you all. That's the best I can do. Okay, let's retry. Come on, Edgar, you can do this. It's a perfectly natural form of magic. It's not like it's going to happen to you right now. After all, a panther is just a big black cat. You're living on a black cat's life now, aren't you? Therios. You who threaten the ones we cherish. You shall not prevail. Wait. That looked like Alexander. Oh, no, it is Shadrack. Andros. Oop, shoot. Ah! So this is the little queen that's been following me. I must congratulate you on your unwavering determination, my lady, but I'm afraid your journey is at an end now. That voice. I know that voice. I'm probably doing the wrong voice. They were you. The people who said they served you. They weren't your agents. They were you. Well done, your majesty. I thought my little ruse would keep you fooled, but it appears that I underestimated you. Shapeshifting, without a doubt, one of the most effective forms of disguise. That little amulet of yours was amusing. I'll never be able to master the art of self-transformation completely while I'm still part of that silly little wizard society. Despite my power, I cannot create an original alternate identity out... Oh, gosh, this is so fast. The one in which it is no longer living. What? Speaking of which, I think it's time for me to show you something else you failed to notice during your quest. Casima, the land of the Green Isles is... Of the Green Isles? Not is. Oh. You thought I was one of your kind, eh? Well, no, you thought wrong, little one. Quite wrong. And hopefully, your next life will be less foolish and reckless than this one. What? Get off her, you monster! So the whole family is coming to join the bloodbath, eh? What a nuisance. But nuisances can easily be dealt with. Come on. I don't know what magic I did. Casima! Edgar! Well, it looks like we won, Rosella. When I saw your face in the mirror, I was so afraid I'd never see you again. But after all you've done, I just can't believe it. I like that she's in her King's Quest 4 fancy dress. I love you, Edgar. I love you too, Rosella. Casima? Yes, it's me. Aww. Oh. It's actually in the menu. I missed you so much. I missed you too, but why, Casima? Why did you do all this? Because you weren't going to get... Because evil. Do you really have to ask me that, Alexander? I love you, that's why. Oh no, he's awakening! Casima! Should have known that even all my magic would be strong enough to kill something like him. Oh no, what can we do to stop him now? Who is this guy behind me? As powerful as Shadrack is, his one great obsession will ironically to his downfall. That's it! That's where Shadrack has hidden his power! Hurry, Edgar, destroy it! what neither of you can do alone can be done together. Figured good stomp to the face should do the trick. Nice. He's not dead, is he? Edgar? The pendants, they must have separated us. Now he gets curb stomped. He's gone. What do you mean? He's not Shadrack anymore. In fact, he's barely anybody anymore. When we first arrived here, I felt a powerful, dark magic coming from this man. Now it's completely gone. With that monster destroyed, this body is once occupied is all that's left.
There's not orcs again. Only orcs do stupid.
What should we do with them? I think we should take him with us. Are you sure, Cosima? Can't just leave him here, can we? You don't take an arrow out that direction. When I looked into that monster's face, it was like I was looking into the face of fear itself. It was like everything that I've ever been afraid of was looking at me through those eyes. But whoever this poor soul once was before he was overtaken by that thing, he needs us now. Is this their kid? Well, I suppose we all better be leaving now. Where should we all go, though? I suppose we should head to Daventry first. Our Daventry, I mean. Not this one where half of us haven't even been born yet. Truly is a beautiful land. It's also a place where I wish to live after we're married, Rosella. Oh, interesting. You mean... Yes. I'm sorry, Father. I love you, Mother, and my homeland, but this realm has always seemed much more like home to me than Etheria ever was. And if I am to be a king one day, I'd want to reign here, with Rosella. Edgar, I can see you truly love this girl, and I can't fault you for wishing to follow your heart. But as you and I both know, you are our only son, and thus the only heir to the throne of Etheria. However, I have a very interesting revelation of late. Many years ago, long before you were born, I had a brother who, for as long as I could remember, was deeply fascinated by the world of men. He would often go on long journeys to not only the borders of Etheria, but to the vast lands below it, and even this realm we are currently in. His absences became so long that over time, became more of a casual acquaintance than a blood relative. Eventually, he left home for good and took up residence on one of the outer islands. Sometime after that, I learned that he found a wife, and a few years after their marriage, he mysteriously vanished, leaving both her and their young son behind. I know now that the child has grown to manhood, but he has never known the truth of his royal heritage. This is all some time ago, and I had almost forgotten about it until very recently. Oh, so is Aubrey my Edgar's cousin, not his son? At least changes it up. What was the son's name? His name? Aubrey, as I recall. Okay, I like my time travel-y version better. Edgar! Ashley? We made it. I was hoping to get here before. But who are all these people? What's going on here? Aubrey? Yes, that's my name, but who are... Wait, You're King Oberon! That I am, young one. That ring you're wearing, how did you come by it? Graham looks so awkward. He's chilling. Well, this guy in the middle, I don't have my cursor. So Shadrack's body is just hanging out there. My father gave it to my mother, and she gave it to me before she... What's happening? I can see that you've already met Prince Edgar. He's my son, and your cousin. What? You mean my father? My father was... or is my brother, Metrovius. Your timing couldn't be more perfect. My boy Edgar, our only child, has just proclaimed that he wishes to live in another land with his earthborn princess rather than his birthplace. Do you realize what this means for you? You weren't behind all this, were you? You don't mind being heir to Etheria, do you, Audrey? Changed his accent, whoopsie. I'm as happy as a dragon engine and ambrosia patch, Edgar. Is anyone here not related? Shadrack's body, we don't know who he is. But before anything else happens today, I believe this is yours. Yay! Scrimshaw! Where have you been? I almost forgot about you. Yes, I say I deserve that. Edgar, what is that? Someone I've only known for a little while. Someone that I'm already starting to see as a friend. A very good friend. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm more than ready to go home, and I'm sure Cassima is as well. So am I. And I've got a way to get us there. Good. You got here that way. Must be much safer than using our pendants. Would you two like to come with us? Looks like we should, but where should we go? Should we still go to Daventry? The Daventry of our time, I mean. Of course, Edgar. I'm so confused. Okay. It's hard to believe, isn't it? What is? How we're still alive after all that's happened, and how everything worked out the way it did. I know, this certainly wasn't the way I thought I'd get to know my future brother-in-law. Hey, it wasn't that horrible, was it? Well, I'm sure it could have been better. Ah, young love, so common and so fleeting. Enjoy it while you can, children. Hobble, hobble. Poor King Edward. Even our darkest hours are like sunbeams in comparison to what his life was like. Even though we just saved his life, he still fated to die what could be mere weeks from now. And to think that all of us coming together was ultimately because of him, and the man he chose to be his heir. In a way, what he told us was right, though. We really should seize life while we can. Now that this darkness is behind us, let's look into the light. Yes, let's do that. Ah! Months later, that's my Castle Daventry. Oh, it's a special occasion. Oberon put his titty away. That dude just drops dead at the end of the first game. Yep, he just falls right over on his face. Jason!
Oh, I've just come to congratulate the two of you. Those pendants served you both admirably.
How do you know about our pendants? Or how we've used them?
I'm a sorcerer. Do I really have to answer those questions?
I suppose not. But speaking of the pendants, at one point we both landed in a future in which Shadrack had been defeated, but we hadn't returned home. We know the future isn't going to happen now, so why did the pendants send us there?
To motivate you.
What?
Magical items with that much power tend to acquire intelligence of their own as they are used. They were aware of your predicament and simply showed you what would happen if you didn't trust each other enough to let them do their job once they were combined. A bit extreme, but it certainly did the trick.
I see. You didn't come here just to congratulate us, did you?
No, I've also come for the pieces.
Pieces? You mean those 12 trinkets?
The very same.
But why?
So I can hide them again.
What?
Because I want to give someone else a chance to solve my riddle. You see, after decades of feeling I had given the people of these realms an utterly impossible challenge, you proved me wrong. Now I want to see whether other people
Ew,
as
Cedric.
lucky and
Yay,
skillful
Cedric.
as
And
you
so
should
the
have
war
come
was
along.
on. Yeah, there's a...
All right,
The
You can
intro
have them
had voice
back.
acting.
but
The
this
outro
time,
got voice
I'm
acting.
hiding them.
Well done, my child.
Oh.
I thought that you were only going to bring justice to the one who slew me, but to bring such joy into the lives of Emma and my little Ashley.
Yay!
I can never thank you enough. Farewell this evening. May the lives of your family be long and filled with happiness.
Oh. Ah, where's my cursor gone? Yay, Scrimshaw, best boy! Yay! It's okay that you like Cedric. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, even when it's so clearly wrong. Come on, Alexander, you're not gonna get in on whatever magic is magicking? You can do magic. Yay! The animation in this game is so good. Yay! Yay! Oh! The end. That was so good. Yay! Do we get a song? Do we get a song? No, I don't think we do. That was so good. That was so fun. Oh,
Was sinking in the west, the sky of velvet blue, and there I was, away from him, my home and all I knew. Oh,
that was probably the shortest chapter. Oh yeah, there was not a lot of interactivity. I think I might have only done like 2 or 3 clicks that actually changed anything.
In that far-off land, why did things turn out that way? And I now can say at last,
It's not a
our
voiced
journey's
King's Quest unless there's a song.
It's over, I
Yeah,
avow.
the way that like the backgrounds are all 3D, and then the character models were made in Blender so that you got all the animations and so forth, and then they were all traced over, rotoscoped. So that's how the animations are so smooth.
For you and I.
Ooh, a duet! Not sold on this song? it is definitely not the best. It's no Girl in the Tower or Land Beyond Dreams. But songs are hard.
But to think that we should end up like this after all that we've traversed. And I know without a doubt what the quest is all about. The truth I finally can see, and I never
like the credits is pretty much just, this is all of the sound effects we used. That was the only thing that needs credit for. Impact liquid water magic spell pitch down whoosh dot wav. Bug zapper long moth electrocution.
Not man and wife or bound by blood, we're nothing more than friends.
A friendship that we never knew until our journey.
The male voice on this is very technically good. The female voice is a little off key.
War is never done, but life and love go on.
I'm trying. When people do stuff for free, for the love of the game, they get more of a pass. Oh no, oh no.
And I now can say at last, our journey's in our past.
Even all of the fonts are credited. Like the... Oh, Tiara trade? Alright, we're trading out the OG round. Let's go for gold coral. Note to self, make your own fonts. I'm surprised how many fonts they ended up using. But the font, like, this was a very solid game. I was very pleased with this one. A lot of the other sequels that I've played so far have either been like really relied on like things wouldn't make sense if you hadn't played any of the other games, or it was just its own thing. And like, I really need to like get my thoughts around what I think about all of the games I've been playing, because there's been so many. They could have also sped up these credits. They are very long. Oh, I have been thanked. You has been thanked. You are welcome, game, for playing you. And also to thank to all of you for coming out and checking out playthrough of this game that barely anybody knows about. Like, most of the time when I've talked about it, people have been like, oh, I didn't know this game existed. It was so good. I only had a little bit of problem with sometimes the spiral pendant and the magic. Just not knowing how those would interact with things. I often got stuck with that. Yep, chat streamer got thanked. Everybody's thanked. You have been thanked. I have been thanked. If you're here, consider yourself thanked. I don't know why I'm waiting as if there's going to be an after credits scene. But yay! How many animals did Cosima turn into total? Panther, weasel, crow, and sea lion, I think is the total. Oh, yeah, and there we go. That's it. We're closed out. So that is, yeah, incredible superheroes. So that is, It Takes Two to Tangle. That was so good. I honestly think that's been my favorite sequel so far. It felt more, not all the, I honestly don't remember what all of the options were. Like, that was many weeks ago that there was like, and these are all the things that you can do. Yeah, that was very cool. That was very fun. This one felt, of all of the King's Quest sequels, this one felt most like a King's Quest. Like, King's Quest 2015. Yes, was, yeah, you missed out on the sea lion at the merfolk. Yeah, I just finished up with the merfolk and then you came in. I was like, no, you missed it. This is the tip of the mountain of King's Quest fan games. Of the sequels, definitely. Like the AGD remakes of 2 and 3, those are very, very good. But this is definitely the best of the sequels. King's Quest 2015 very much it felt like there had been a game of telephone of what a King's Quest game is like. I was like, yeah, there are puns and it's kind of silly sometimes, but that's not what the main sort of vibe of a King's Quest game is. Like, a King's Quest game is about fairy tales. You know what? I'm going to go big. Well, hello, I am big now. Like, a King's Quest game is based on fairy tales. So, but I can't think of any fairy tales that were specifically referenced in King's Quest 2015. It's like, instead of doing fairy tale stories, it was like they took things that could have been fairy tales, like bridge trolls, and went off on their own weird way of viewing them. So that was like the only fairy tales that are directly referenced are the goblins. They read fairy tales and like tried to build their lives around these fairy tales. but the game looks down on them for that. Like, oh, fairy tales, those are for diaper babies. So, whereas the actual King's Quest game elevates a lot of the fairy tale stories. Interesting. And then, Silver Lining. It did a better job of being in the world of King's Quest. Like, we were specifically in the land of the Green Isles. We had all of the locations. We had references to story beats from previous games. But once again, it tried to take it out of the fairy tale and into like the epic fantasy. So it wasn't just like, oh, there's a princess in the tower. No, now she has a dark backstory and a hidden lineage of the druids and stuff. And, like, we'll never know where exactly they were going with a lot of this stuff because to this day it remains unfinished. And then this one, it had the balance of referencing a lot of the previous lore while still having a lot of fairy tale logic. Like, we encountered a bunch of fairy tales that were new to the King's Quest series. We had Bluebeard, the boy who left home to find out about the Shivers, the Swan Brothers. I don't remember the actual name of that one. These are fairy tales that they got their own life in King's Quest, this new King's Quest game, and it felt like they made sense in the world. I was raised by a very naughty wizard. Oh, is there a fan prequel where you play as Edgar? No, I don't believe there is. That would be a horrible game. Like, ah, yes, hello, I am King Edward. I am losing all of my things and my wife is dead. Yada-da-da-da-da. All right. I am going to take a little break. It's still quite early for when I usually end my streams. And there are a couple of short King's Quest spin-off games I could play. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Okay. I'm just setting up a little poll here. All right. I have started a poll. Gonna take a little 3-minute break, and when I go back, I will play whichever one of these 3 options. 1, either Owl Quest, Peasant's Quest, or the Crimson Diamond, which I've also been playing. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. Bye.